Hey guys, so I'm sure by now, if you haven't already, we did a video talking about Hasbro, and I'm just sick of talking about Wizards, guys. Like, I really just don't want to talk about Wizards anymore. I think only unless something like major happens, like major, like an OGL sort of thing, am I going to talk about Wizards? Because I just don't want to talk about them. They're not worth like they're just not worth spending your money on. Like straight up, it's just like there's just so many other people to choose from, and this, okay, it may not be an RPG book per se, but it's an RPG magazine, and I've actually written a few issues for it, and I like so for me, like Garbu, you're very into like Dragon magazine or any of those sort of ones. Like
I used to get into all kinds of magazines when magazines were still a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Art, video game, truck, car, World War II fighter plane magazines.
Like,
There were so now what were the old splat magazines for like RPGs called? There's mostly a lot of like
it was like Dragon magazine, and I can't remember.
There's another one I read. Hold on, I gotta Google. There's another one I read a lot, and I would always
Aries?
I had, like, a subscription to. Let's see. 2000s RPG. That was another big thing. Remember, like having like subscriptions to magazines.
I know. You know, that's one thing I've been garning about the guy behind this, because he doesn't have like a proper subscription. Dungeon magazine, the Oracle. For me, I was there is another one called D12. So there is, but I don't know much about that. Like it's currently up and running, but I don't know anything about him.
Like it was called Dungeon Magazine. That's what it was.
Yeah, it's Dungeon magazine, and I was massive into White Dwarf. I think, like honestly, if it wasn't White Dwarf was outstanding. Like, see White Dwarf, like. Well,
no, you mean old White Dwarf? Not the
yes, no, not the little. It's just a paid promotion. Like, why would anyone just pay for? See the idea of like, oh, do you want to like just pay for like a big advert book? It's like, no, absolutely not. Don't get me wrong, White Dwarf has always been an advertisement for Games Workshop. But like, you know, they did battle reports. There was tons of stuff in it. It was just really good. I loved it, and I miss it, so I do dearly. So, what is Mad Scribe magazine? Do you want to go on in and
Mad Scribe?
What's it all about? So, will we go for this? Do you want me to zoom in, Garbu? Can you see?
Yeah, zoom in for me, please.
All right. Okay, there we go.
My eyes aren't what they used to be.
All right, there we go. You ready for this?
So I do like the nostalgia of him holding on to the printed media, though. I mean,
Yeah.
like me were talking before we put this stream on. Like everything's going digital now. Like,
Yeah.
and you go to a Barnes and Noble, like you can see the company still holding on to just a magazine format. So you can hold in your hand and read, and kind of.
It's just like, don't get me wrong, I do like PDFs. They are incredibly handy. I use PDFs anytime I'm running a game. Very rarely, like I'll have the book beside me, but normally I'm just going to be doing from the PDF because I can copy and paste.
There's one little issue is that when your thing runs out of battery power, no electricity, you can't read your shit unless until your battery runs out.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. I'm never going to be one of those people that'll own a Kindle. Like, just never. It's just not for me.
Digital book.
Yeah, no. Give me an actual book. You know what I mean?
If you tap the finger, it'll turn the page in real time for you. It's like a real book.
Yeah, just no. There's the publisher, by the way. That's Chris Miller. He's a really funny guy. Honestly, I've been talking to him. He will be publishing Sci-Fi Gothic for Slewell. But
really?
Yeah. He's he's a funny guy. He's actually banned from Facebook. So he is. He's like, oh, I couldn't stop shouting at the liberals. You know. The thing is, he's actually like, Garble, he's actually you, but like. Well, I don't know if I could. Well, yeah, but like I can't. I don't. Well, you know what? I'll cut out.
Those are really nice.
Yeah, but like I'm going to cut that out because like I don't really want to say to people like, oh, but this is what he does. You know what I mean? But anyway, look, go for this, and you'll get an idea of what the magazine's about and why he created it and whatnot.
Right. There you go. Yeah, there's that 10 a.m. wake up call.
Yeah.
All right. So, a printed gaming magazine in 2023. What's this all about? This issue marks a major step for Mad Scribe Games LLC. With it, we have left the well-known confines of RPG design to enter the murky waters of magazine publishing. Like a lost explorer, I have no idea what lies ahead. So how did I get here? What makes a middle-aged person decide to go outside their wheelhouse and do something crazy like publish a magazine? I've been there. Like,
Yeah.
I should make a game book.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Yeah, I've had those ideas. I get them ideas like once a week. It's like, I should start doing this now. It's like, oh my god, Jeeves, you need to think about the small print from time to time.
And there's fucking Megan. How'd you don't do that?
Yeah.
As with most unlikely project, it started with a healthy dose of nostalgia for bygone days. Added to the mix were equal parts of ignorance and determination. I didn't know how difficult it was going to be, therefore it should be a piece of cake, and I was determined to pull it off. This guy is me, holy shit.
Yeah, it's like, it'll be fine, and then he actually starts doing it. It's like, oh!
Easy, doesn't worry about he's making a fucking game book.
I mean, like, it's like, we'll get there. Like, you know, it's only writing down, like, you know, like, it'll be fine,
All you do is writing, you idiot. Just do
Yeah.
that. Fake it until you make it. He is me. Holy shit. Turns out that if you ask enough people to write articles, you eventually get enough content for a magazine. Persistence is key, honestly. It's like wrangling cats.
Yeah.
Now, some naysayers may proclaim that paper and ink magazines are no longer a viable medium in the digital age. They can't take your goddamn magazine away with a click of a button, for one.
Yeah.
I disagree. Here's where the ignorance and determination comes in. With this black pill take on our mediums of choice, there may yet come a day when I am black pill on magazines.
I mean, like, he's not wrong though, is he? Like, let's be serious. Like, this is what I love about it. Like, all, just keep going. I'll wait till the end, and then I'll talk more.
There may yet come a day when all forms of entertainment are accessed only through highly censored, controlled digital mediums, in which every conceivable piece of metadata on your experience is extracted and sold for profit. But it is not this day. There is something more enjoyable and more memorable about the tactile experiences attained while thumbing through a real printed paper copy of your favorite book or magazine, which is true. The same can be said for gaming. I keep on a fucking burp. No amount of digital microtransactions, regardless of CGI quality, can ever truly replace the physical bonds and memories attained by gaming at a table of friends with miniatures, dice, and books. What if I'm wrong? And then mega corporations are soon able to do away with all printed media. Then I'll sit atop the deck of my sinking Titanic, defiantly reading a copy of this magazine as I go under. One way that we can keep this ship afloat is by producing great content. In fact, our mission statement will be to publish the industry's best magazine devoted to sword and sorcery, fantasy, science fiction, and tabletop gaming. Furthermore, we intend to do this in a non-political manner. My God, he's fucking plowing ahead to the snow.
He's perfect. It's perfect.
Non-political. My God.
Yeah.
Without excessive censorship or morality clauses. With a breath of fucking fresh air. Although we are new to this field, our experience gained from publishing our many best-selling books will prove us worthy. This being said, we actively encourage your suggestions and criticisms. We can only adequately serve the community if our finger is on the pulse. We plan to include exclusive interviews with authors and content creators, both new and old, topical articles, role-playing aids, short stories, adventure modules, cosplay images, and more.
Yeah. So this is a problem that I do have with him is he doesn't have a good subscription service. At the minute, he has a Patreon. You pay that monthly, but you still have to physically order the book, so you just get a discount code, essentially. For it, which I would, he has to get this set up in a way of literally you have a direct debit, the money comes out of your bank account, and the magazine just ends up at your door, and that's it. No thinking about it. That's what he really needs, and that's something that I've been gurning about him for no end. So look, we'll see. Let's go into this. Let's see. Now this was the first issue. It has changed quite a bit. He's done 4 issues. He's been doing this for a year now, so he has. And I've done 2. Articles. I've done one in issue number 2 and issue number 4, and I'm working on another one. Hopefully I might make it into issue number 5, who knows, but he kind of like moves stuff about, and he doesn't want, like, you know what I mean, like, you know, he does want to like change up who writes articles, and again, it's an open invitation. He literally has anyone.
I wonder who he could ask to write an article.
Well, you know, well, all you gotta do is just write something and send it in to him. Well, Garbu, you haven't got anything and sent it to him yet, so there you go. You like something and send it to him. Anyway, look, let's keep going. Let's see what this is all about. So this here is Glenn Seal. Glenn is currently doing the formatting for the Bastard Princess. He's pretty well known. His places are incredibly good. I would say honestly, if you're looking for someone to format books, he is someone definitely worth talking to. Professional cartographer for beginners, and he goes into detail on like how to get started, what it is you're interested in, and you know what? This is something that I think more people should be getting into, because the more niche something is, the more money is in it. See, good formatters, they're hard to come by. They're really fucking hard to come by. Again, see, everyone wants to do art. They never think about doing maps. See, selling maps, big money in that. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good map builders out there, but if you want like something like genuinely something that like fits the feel, you're going to have to get it commissioned, and they can be quite expensive. Glenn is actually a really good place, so he is. I would definitely recommend him to anyone, and he's a pretty funny guy. So anyway, will we keep going? That's just an idea, because I don't want to go too much into, like, I don't want to show exactly like and read every article, because honestly, check that out yourself. I just want more people to understand what this magazine is all about and what they do. So anyway,
if you were never able to experience Dungeons and Dragons magazine, or
White Dwarf before it was good,
White Dwarf, yeah, like true White Dwarf, you can kind of get that feel with this magazine.
Yeah,
just because it was like part time waster, part informative, part enlightening mini book in a way.
Yeah,
like magazines in themselves are technically books.
I would argue they are, but they're just different,
Yeah, they're just simply a different format. They're a kaleidoscope of topics, all based around a central, adjective, like World War II planes, or basically an adjective or a noun, like World War II planes, or like digital art, or like dungeon crawling.
Yeah,
it's all that's not an adjective at all. But anyway, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say. I get it.
Yeah,
that's not an adjective. That's not how the English language works. Actually, Garbo. Yeah.
Actually, Garbo, you're fucking retarded.
So they find a topic.
Yeah.
And revolve around a topic with multiple writers. So it's fun to kind of go in and read shit from like 47 different writers in one single magazine.
You really don't know what you're going to get with each issue. That's all I can say. And I don't want to sound like Forrest Gump, so don't make me do it. Anyway, so he goes kind of into detail, some basics of what you need, some software, and just getting started, and just some basic advice. This one by Grim Jim. There should be more to old school than D&D. Grim is pretty well known for talking about this, because he didn't start with D&D, so he doesn't like care that much for it. He's more into like other games and stuff. But like, how would you describe
racist games?
How would you describe Grim Jim to people that don't know him? He's pretty much, everyone just seems to hate Grim Jim for some weird reason, but I like him. I think he's dead on. Like, it's hard to hate Grim Jim, but for some weird reason, everyone seems to have a fucking issue with the guy.
Grim Jim, you cannot find a more helpful, knowledgeable person than Grim Jim.
Yeah,
for certain subjects.
For certain subjects, yeah.
Sure, he makes people roll d20s and take their fucking shirts off. Who cares?
Yeah.
He makes people get naked. They want to get naked.
Yeah, for you guys that don't know, Grim runs a Tabletopless, which is like pretty much like, what would you describe it as? It's like erotic live play.
It's strip D&D.
Strip D&D, that's what he does. Yeah, he runs strip D&D. Anyway, so he wrote an article. Do you want to see what this guy's cock looks like? I don't know.
I fucking love the fact I was on there. I log on for a single strip, and I hear spank her ass for inspiration. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah, you got a bit of inspiration. There you go. What else do we have here? AI and the future of arts and the loss of Gogo. Gabriel, he's a really interesting guy. I want to do him in the near future. I quite like him. I talk to him on Facebook from time to time. He, how would I describe him? He has written some really cool books. Look, you know what? I'll wait until we actually do a video, because I would love to do him in part of the series about this. Although he is one of those people that's hardcore stance against AI art, which again, like, I'm okay with that. Like, if you're against AI art, I'm completely on board. Like, I people are afraid of their own thoughts and opinions. I'm of the opinion at this point now that AI art is more of a tool for me because waiting on artists is just insane, if I be honest with you.
You should just use it as a tool. Like, say you're an artist, use it as a tool to help build your own piece, if anything.
Yeah. Again, think of it like I like to think of it in the sense of what was it like whenever like Photoshop or like digital art came out. It's like, oh, that's not real art, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, it's a new avenue, and I think
That's not real art.
I think it's one of those ones though, if people don't use it, you're going to end up getting left behind in some way, shape, or form. And the other thing is, whenever it comes to it, I would argue people are going to shout at me over this, definitely, but I think there's a difference between a company going to an artist and asking for a product or an artist that creates to create art. I think whenever an artist writes or draws for something else, then I don't know if that is that now a product and it's not really true art, whereas art should be from the artists themselves without any... Does that make sense? I don't know. Maybe I'm completely off there. You can shout at me in the comments over that. I think talking about AI art is an entire video in itself, but I think honestly Gabriel has some really good points, and he is a true artist, and he does make some really beautiful books. Like, genuinely, I think he makes some of the nicest looking books about. By a big margin, straight up. He's worth checking out. That's all I can say, but we'll do that in the future. Anyway, let's keep going. Oh god, the cat's here again. Thor, go away. You do this every time we try and record. Go away.
See, cats know when they're not invited.
I know.
By myself.
I know he screams in the background, so he does constantly for us. It's like Hell Knight. That's one of his books. It's quite good, so it is. I like it, but we'll leave it there. So let's keep going. What else do we have? This one is by Lord Matthew. Do you know Lord Matthias on Twitter?
Does not sound familiar, no.
He's a dead old guy. I've been talking to him for a bit. What is gatekeeping? It's a really interesting.
Oh, gotcha.
It's a good article, so it is. I think it's worth checking out. Also, even notice this: the magazine's full of ads, kind of like, remember like old magazines where it's like
yeah. Well, magazines paid for their shit via subscriptions and selling ads. So
yeah.
How it was.
Yeah. But anyway, let's keep going. What is gatekeeping? He brings up some really good points, so he does. I think it's interesting. We got some more illustration adverts for Big Geek Emporium. Who's this one by? How D&D tried to live up to its name.
Recently?
Yeah. Well, do you want to read the intro just?
Let's see here. How D&D tried to live up to its name. You could be playing 5th edition D&D or one of its many variants published through the OGL today. Or you could close your eyes and remember when polyhedral dice were new and no one had yet heard of an acronym called THACO. Tabletop role-playing games have always been relying on their own players and practitioners thrive and survive the various tumultuous times the hobby went through as it matured and changed to capture new markets and audiences.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Let's see. Okay, I should try to say now.
Yeah, you get the idea. Anyway, let's keep going.
Always have.
yeah. We got some more adverts.
Here we go, X Junior.
So this guy is in every issue. Fez and Monocle. I think this guy's got a YouTube channel, if I remember. I think I've seen these guys before, but they do like board games and stuff. I went through a bit of a phase of board games about 2 years ago. I don't know. I love a good board game.
I own 2 board games. That's it.
Oh man, you're missing out. Although
now, war games is a different story. I got look behind me. I got my shit just racked up for Songbats and Fire and everything.
I need to get back into them big time.
I like simulating war.
Yeah. Anyway, let's keep going. Some of the new stuff that's coming.
Basically,
out.
He goes through and reviews board games.
Yeah. Pretty much. Hey, I think
I'm gonna tell you that game right there. Hold on, scroll up.
Which one?
Well, that game right there, that game is shit, and I hate it.
What, this one right here? What is it called? Victorium?
Victorium. Or it's just, I hate it. I hate everything about it.
You know what board game's pretty good? If you played that Alien one, but it's not Alien.
Yeah.
Nemesis, it's called. It's actually pretty good, but it's a nightmare to get set up. There's just so much to it. you know.
You
But
like, build your giant like corridors. And shit.
yeah, it is a bit of a nightmare to get set up. I think it's really fun though. I actually really like it if you can get into it, and I like the backstab. It's kind of like Among Us in a weird sense. It's like got that twist to it. It's fun though. I actually really do like it, but again, it's a nightmare to get set up. Anyway, so what do we have here? We've got, so this is from RPG Pundit, the Silk Road Apothecary. So this is like, if any of you guys know of Pundit, he has a book about the Silk Road. It's actually really good. It's honestly, I think it's one of the best books I've read in a while, because it's a blend of a history book with an RPG book, and
sounds like nerd shit.
Yeah, it's not for you. The problem that I've got with it is, because it's so heavy into realism, it's to the point of it's not something that I could actually run successfully, because it's too straight. Does that make sense? Like, it's too...
Yeah, gay games only. That's what
well, yeah, pretty much. It's like, James, if you like, I can't play something, I can't run it if it's not a massive shitpost. I'm sorry, guys. So this is kind of like they call it like an add-on, but Mad Sky does publish Sword and Caravan, so it makes sense for him to put this into the magazine itself. So anyway, look, let's keep going. And it's a kind of mix of actual apothecary, actual like potion making from the time period. It mixes. That's what he does a lot of. He does a lot of history shit. Yeah, history shit, essentially.
A bunch of nerd shit.
I like it.
I like history.
You're missing out, Garbu. You don't know what you're talking about. I do want to do a video talking about Sword and Caravan at some point, because that is actually a top tier game. Like, it really is. Very, very good book. I have to say, it's honestly outstanding. That's all I can say. Let's keep going. What's this one? Who's this by? Hilda Finds a Home. Introduction. This story is inspired by the classic board game Dungeon, in which a group of heroes compete over who would be the first to make. So last one there's gay. Like, fuck.
Is this a story?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's a little story. Would you like to do?
Hilda was about as wide as she was tall. Fucking.
There you go. Well, that should be standard for a dwarf. Like, Hilda, that's a dwarf name if I've ever heard one. Anyway, let's go.
So is it a short story or what?
Yeah, no, is it an adventure? Yeah, no, it's an adventure, so it is.
Oh, it's an adventure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or is it a solo adventure? It kind of looks, the way it's formatted, it kind of reminds me of like a solo adventure. Anyway, look,
remember that time you hired me to write that big ass fucking Choose Your Own Adventure and use none of it?
Yeah, that went out. Like,
still fucking mad about that.
We'll get there. You know, the problem is, it's because the
bastard.
You should actually. I think that would be something you'd be good for, though. I think you could do like a Choose Your Own Adventure for the Veil Riders or something. I think that would work.
CYOA?
Yeah, I think you should give it a go. You know, honestly, I think it would. The problem is, the guy that was going to be
get done, James.
The guy that was doing the programming for it was just fucking useless. So he was just straight up, just did not get anything done.
He was just a useless tit.
Yeah, well, you know, the thing is, the guy came to me with the idea, and I was like, okay, that sounds really cool. Actually, yeah, do you want to do something like this? And he's like, yeah, definitely. And then he just didn't do anything. It's like, man, is there any fucking chance? Like, seriously, any chance? Anyway, so you get a free adventure. Yeah, we got more. Oh, the giant rat. Oh, you're gonna do a giant rat.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, like a creature.
Yeah. The most basic. Oh, here we go. Battle reports. Garbu, this would be perfect for you. You need to do a battle report. Come on.
I mean, I used to so my old channel. I would do digital battle reports.
Yeah.
Like 3 hours long.
You should.
I think I probably could.
Yeah, I think you should go for it. I don't know. Anyway, we got battle reports for some Napoleonic era stuff. Honestly, what is it? Once you hit a certain age, it's like Napoleonic era war game. Sounds interesting. Or I don't know what it is, but
you will never catch me dead, alive, or straight playing that fucking game, bro.
Why?
I play a fucking historical war game.
Why?
Because the people are so fucking weird, and you
yes,
know it.
I know. That's why I'm attracted to it. I can't help it. Okay.
I don't want to play a war game and hear about the fucking why the French call them fucking Grognards. Bro, shut the fuck up and roll your goddamn dice.
I'm sorry, okay? Like, you know what is it? Do you think it's kind of like, I heard a good one a wee while back, and it was 3D printers are the vegans of 40k, and I'm okay with that because it's true. Yeah.
Do you know I printed this model off? Do you know that?
Yeah. I look, I'm sorry. I suffer from it myself. Once you start printing, though, it's hard to go back. It really is. It really is. See, the idea of like buying model kits to me now, I'm like, It needs to be something like really nice, like genuinely really nice. Anyway, look, let's keep going. So we got a wee battle report, some beautiful painted models. That's an advert for Thingy Warplands. That is Gabrielle's stuff. Worth checking out. I really like Warplands. I think it's a great book. We got some cosplay stuff, so we do.
I do like them showcasing cosplayers. Like,
well, that's what.
I mean, well, the elf there is kind of uwu, but a lot of cosplayers are basically wearing lingerie nowadays.
Yeah, well, the thing is,
Negri looking at you.
yeah, well, fuck, there's some really weird stuff about her that isn't there. Like, you know, but she's been about for ages, though. Honestly, like, it's one of those ones, like, the magazine wants to do more, it's more than just, like, role playing, it does everything, and that's what the guy really wants to achieve, like, an all-round you know, sort of magazine, something that'll have something for everyone. One thing that he does want to do is like painting tutorials, so he does, but painting tutorials are really hard in magazine format, and they just work so much better in video. I think that's a big issue. You know, it's just, yeah, painting tutorials were good at the time, but honestly, you'd be better off just doing a video. I think at this point, it just works better, you know. Anyway, look, let's keep going, and then we've got Off the Beaten Path, another adventure. How long does this go for? You know what? I said to him, if he's stuck for anything, I'll give you Steel Water, and he's well up for that. So we'll see what happens.
Steel Water.
see if Steel Water makes it into one of these. We'll find out. Who knows? But anyway, so you get 2 adventures and a load of other stuff to use. So let's see, what size is the adventure? It's decent enough. It's 5e adventure, but I won't judge too harshly. And then we've got. And then that's Mad Scribe's other stuff that he sells, the Anchor series, and he publishes Sword and Caravan for Thingy, and he's also going to be doing my stuff in the near future. And some more adverts. What the fuck is this? Time? Like herbs and shit?
Those are that's a fucking spice blend. It's all D&D themed.
Is there money in that?
Hold on. I've seen these. A few of them are quite good. There's like one really sagey one that's basically like it's called like Hobbit Spit or some shit.
Hobbits, Jesus fucking Christ! What's this? Done in hobby store, hobby shop, museum. What do they just have like a load of like old fucking books or something?
It's just like some guy's D20 collection.
Yeah,
like, my metal D20.
Like literally just go to any Grognards house for God's sake, and I'm sure that would count as a fucking museum. Genuinely, you could go to any Grognards house and you would find that. There you go. That's issue number 1. So it is. So hopefully that gives you guys a bit of an idea. Will we go for issue number 2, which I am in? Do you want to?
Sure.
Do you want to go with that?
Let's go to your magazine.
Yes, there we go. How to 3D print, and he didn't put my name in with it. Oh, I didn't get my name in. He didn't put my name in the other one either, so he didn't. Oh, am I too controversial? It might be that I'm too controversial.
Celebrity.
I might be too controversial. Do you want to go for his introduction again? Will we go for this one? Do you want to do it?
Is this the same one?
No, it's different. He does a different.
It's different each time. Okay,
yeah. Let me just zoom in here. If I could work that out, that would be great.
So let's see here.
Hold on. No.
You are going to be fucking spasm.
Yeah. Hold on. Oh, there we go. That's us. Is that good for you?
The boomer hates the scroll bar. Hello, readers, and welcome to the second issue of the Mad Scribe magazine. So far this year has been in the herald of very turbulent times within the gaming hobby. The future of AI, WoTC's OGL scandal, the ruin of consumer trust in large established brands, etc. While these facts are no small matter, I would caution you from taking the black pill just yet. Too late. Despite WoTC's apparent intent on self-destruction, the TTRPG hobby is not dead, and there are many alternative outlets for good gaming, like Stillwater, the Builders, or even or Class War, both old and new. You don't have to continue to pander to the corporations that hate their own fan base. Wizards.
This is why I'm doing this video. I really want to make this into like a series of just like highlighting people worth buying from. And Mad Scribe, I think, is definitely one of those people, without a doubt. You know, 100%. But anyway, look, you keep going.
Yeah, I'll just keep going.
D&D has always been the main
Yeah, fucking dead, Garbo, dead. Yeah, yeah, fuck him, you fuck him, yeah.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
since the beginning, there was always been a myriad of other and often better gaming options. Remember that fucking Twitter post? I'm Neckbeardia's rabid dog.
Yeah. Well, that's look. It's because it's YouTube. If I don't, I'm going to end up getting banned. Okay, I'm already shadow banned. If you haven't noticed, none of my channels have grown in subscribers in like 6 months.
40,000 subscribers, 2,000 views.
Yeah, it's like okay. Right. Anyway, keep going.
So my own gaming group during the 80s and 90s regularly played a dozen or more competing systems, and each was just as fun and satisfying as D&D. In fact, I missed a time before everything was simply run by a generic D20 system, D10, D6, whatever you oughta. Caltrop systems.
Yeah.
Given the hostile actions of Hasbro against large IPs, content creators, and player base, making Games Workshop look kind in comparison. It's no wonder thousands of disenfranchised players are seeking their gaming fix elsewhere. Even the golden goose of positive WoTC press, Critical Role, has decided to drop D&D in favor of their own systems released via Daring Press, Illuminated Worlds, and Daggerheart. All this means is that we are in a time of change and renewal. So focus on the best of the past and the present and enjoy some good gaming on whatever terms best suits you and your group of friends. With this in mind, my goal in this and future publications is to highlight indie alternatives to status quo gaming experiences. I have just recently seen my 50th birthday. Thank you. However, as I write this just days later, I do so from my sick bed as I'm extremely ill. It's a shame he died of leg muscle.
No. Garbo, you don't near 50 now?
That's not funny. That's not funny.
Well, like, okay,
I
like,
was not in the Gulf War. I did not see flight be invented. I'm tired of this shit. Tired of it.
Look, Garbo's been like, what, like 32 for as long as I've known you. I have no idea what age you are. Like, he's just been like, what age are you, Garbo? It's like, I don't know, like 31?
37?
I don't know. It just keeps going. Like, I've actually no idea what age Garbo is. Like, I'm being straight up, guys. Like, like, I've known you for like 5 years now. And like, anytime it's like, I don't know, like early 30s, yeah? It's like,
How
okay.
old are you, James? Huh? How old are you?
I'm 29. I'm 30. And like,
Fucking disgusting.
I'm 30 in April. There you go.
Fucking baby. Anyway.
Oh no.
This, coupled with the fact I've lost several good friends of similar age in the past few years, has done much to make me contemplate my own mortality. One of the most important things for a creator, especially a writer, is to leave behind some sort of lasting legacy, which is what I hope to accomplish with this and other publications. But I also want to use this platform to honor a few dearly departed friends who deserved a better legacy than the ones they were given. And this is why I've decided to include a memorial to my dear friend Mick Leach of Old School Gamers in this issue. Please be sure to check it out.
Right.
Mad Scribe Games LLC is doing well. What started out as a mere hobby has turned into a viable business of sorts. Last year was more successful than ever before, and I'm very proud and thankful for the support of all our fans. But there are lots of new projects coming up. In addition to this magazine, I'm working on 3 other RPG supplements, and will hopefully be presenting my own grim, dark fantasy rules set by next year. My goal is to make each issue of Mad Scribe magazine better than the one before. I'll be experimenting with the look/design a bit, as well as adding new sections here and there to see what readers prefer.
Yeah, so it's still very much in like an experimental phase. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, the thing is, it's a new medium, but an old one at the same time. It's like, for printed magazines to work in this day and age, it does need to reinvent itself to a certain extent because they all fucking died. It
has to evolve and adjust.
Yeah, and that's something that I think they're just going to have to learn to do. Which means get a fucking good subscription service, Chris. I'm telling you this now. Make a subscription. I'm sick of asking him for this. It's like, Chris, please, just give me a subscription service. I like,
Chris, I'll suck your dick. Give me a good fucking subscription
yeah,
service.
make it work. Anyway, so he had an interview with for this, what was it? It was a movie, so it was The Slave and the Sorcerer. Poster drops for the gore-filled 80s fanfiction throwback, The Slave and the Sorcerer. Hex Studio dials up.
And the Sorcerer.
Yeah, so they did it with Kickstarter. It was like a, like a budget movie that they made to make it look like an 80s movie, but they
to be
it.
fair, quite a few horror movies have done really well with fucking Kickstarter, like launching them.
Yeah.
It's actually quite an odd phenomenon.
That's the thing, though. Like, you know, see if you want to like make something like this, you need money, though. That's the problem. And like, you know, why do we get such shit movies these days? It's because people aren't willing to risk it. You know, same with video games. Look at video games. Like AAA video games are for the most part shit. All the interesting stuff is done by indies. Why? Because they're able to experiment. You know, you can't experiment with like big blockbusters and shit. They can't afford to risk the money to be lost. You know, and that's where I think there's a niche for this sort of stuff. You know, so let's keep going. An advert for his stuff. There's his meat that died. Do you want to do it, or like, you know, I don't know.
I mean, I don't mind. So
Yeah.
Mick Leach.
All right, let's zoom in. There you go.
So, hello readers, it was a heavy heart. I wish to take a few pages to honor recently deceased friend, artist, and content creator who made a great impact on our online community. I'm speaking of Mick Leach. He used to run the Old School Gamers page, among others, on Facebook. Mick also created and managed a miniature manufacturing company named Eastern Front Studios. He was an expert miniature / diorama sculptor and painter. Although his miniature studio is now defunct, he would be pleased to know that he will leave behind a lasting legacy. Hobbyists will continue to have a space to congregate and share their nostalgic love for fantasy and sci-fi games and pop culture on his pages, thanks to the hosts and fans of a dedicated team of admins. Regrettably, I never met Mick face-to-face, but our social media interactions were always delightful, filled with nostalgic conversations about swords and sorcery. Everyone who interacted with Mick knew him to be a very caring and compassionate person with a fun-loving nature. His daily social media posts of nostalgic fantasy / sci-fi books, art, and movies allowed us to take a moment out of our busy days to remember the simpler times of our youth. Shortly before his passing, Mick was excited about contributing to his magazine. However, his growing health concerns delayed his contributions. While it is unknown exactly what he would have written or how his role with this publication may have progressed over time, I thought it a fitting tribute to include an article about Mick in this issue. So please take a minute to learn a little about a regular guy who used his love of old school gaming to elevate the hobby in an uncommon way. So, Tanya Hammond's Mick's sister. Mickey was born in Middlesbrough, Kentucky, a small town called Crater City. I am his only sibling. He was 12 years older than me. The earliest I remember him playing D&D was in the early 80s, so basically like the golden age of
Yeah.
when he was in high school. He lived to play the game. I mean, I've never seen a passion that he loved more than D&D. I would watch him and his best friend, Delbert Barnett. That's such a Kentucky fucking shit. Delbert Barnett.
Why, what would be a common name for, like, around you, like Hunter or fucking...
Yeah, like Hunter, Chris, Tom,
yeah, Delaware,
Delbert.
fucking, you know, there was Megan knows a child that was born there not long ago, and they called the child fucking Denver. It's like, oh my god,
Denver?
Please don't.
This is my son, Baltimore,
Yeah.
sister, California.
I don't know. Oh, don't. Anyway, we'll keep
This
going.
is my cousin, San Francisco.
Yeah, keep going, sure.
That's so dystopian. Burger
I
Pump
know
shit.
it is. Oh fuck, that's got to be that's got to be a common thing for Burger Punk. We'll need to add that in
Bless
somewhere.
you, Mickey. You've already inspired us, Mickey. Thank you.
Yes.
We couldn't even use our kitchen table for all the books and dice and maps, etc. He was so talented at painting miniature figures and made his living doing this after he came home from the army. He would paint figures for companies and then began sculpting his own figures and had them cast. I honestly don't think he knew how truly talented he was with his painting and sculpting. He didn't smoke or drink, but he had a massive sweet tooth and also loved Mexican food based. When Mick found out he had diabetes, he wasn't able to eat sweets like he wanted to, but I noticed he would splurge every now and then. He couldn't help himself.
Yeah, that's a problem with fucking the quote-unquote fucking grognards and fat guys. Look after your health, guys, not gonna lie.
Go for a fucking jog, I beg you.
Please, because like that's something I'm thinking about quite a bit. Like, you know, if you think about it, all the like well, I mean, like, Gygax is dead a long time, but, like, even a lot of, like, the earliest people that were playing in, like, the 60s and early 70s, a lot of them are dying, and, like, how long do we have for that institutional history or knowledge within the hobby to be completely gone? I don't know how long that's going to last for, you know? It's a weird one to think about. worth thinking about anyway. Stuff looks pretty cool, so it does. There we go.
Well, it's basically, he has basically a green stuff modeler.
Yeah.
And do what what the Perry brothers did and all that.
The thing is, it's something that I've thought about a lot. Is whenever people sculpt by hand is so much different to how people sculpt using like ZBrush, because it's physics. You know what I mean? It's like, what can you actually do when you apply gravity to it? Does that make sense? It's a really interesting one to think about. That, and also when it comes to 3D printing with STL files, you have to think about like islands and overhang and all that type of shit.
Yeah.
So you end up with completely different things. You can notice that with cars. Cars is a big one. Like, all cars are designed using 3D modelers now, but it used to be before they would sculpt them almost. You know what I mean? And it's really interesting to think about. Anyway, let's keep going. There's Gabriel. He's a pretty cool guy. His books are worth checking out, and I do want to do one talking about his stuff in the near future. So I do. His books are good, but anyway, that's just a quick interview that he did. Talking about all his stuff and whatnot. So let's keep going. Have you noticed that? Have you seen more and more people are doing this? Where they're making albums for their RPG books.
What?
Yeah, the Queen music to go along with the book itself.
Okay.
I think it's pretty cool. I really like the idea. I enjoy it. I think it's something that I would love to see more of, although
just gunfire, dude.
Yeah. Well, do you want to release that? You could do an hour-long ambient ambient noise to listen to while you read Veil Riders. Yeah, that could be a good one.
I already do that. It's in the videos. I have a big old artillery dropping in the background, fucking sound block.
Yeah,
while you're reading the video.
Well, there you go. Oh, there we go. There's me. I had to get started into 3D printing. I wish I never. See, the problem was I never had the time to actually fucking get more photos for him. So I really wish I had more photos for that. I might do another one, a follow up, because this was me how to actually get started 3D printing, and it's more just about. It's more. It just take your time and be clean. You know what I mean? Just take your time and clean whatever it is that you're working on. How long did it take you, Garbu, to get the hang of 3D printing?
I mean,
before what?
Did you ever really get the hang of it? You really want to figure out how to solve the issues when they crop up.
Yeah,
sure, you can. You got used to troubleshooting on the fly and knowing what the problem is. Is it too much suction? Is it your fucking pull force? Is it your fucking release force?
Yeah.
Do you need a slower lift, a slower fucking release? It's you got to figure out how to know and identify what the problem is by basically looking at the fucking murdered ruin of your model.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Because you gotta act like you're a fucking homicide investigator and try to figure out how the fuck this model got murdered.
Yeah,
let's figure this one out.
Yeah, honestly, it's one of those ones I would really like. If it is a hobby in and of itself, but if you're interested in the idea of 3D printing, I would say to anyone to give it a go. But you just need to be realistic. You need to have space for it. If you live in Australia, you can do it in your shed or whatever. But for most people in the world, you're going to have to do it inside. And the smell is not something that you really want to be sitting in, especially not with methylated spirits and stuff like that to wash them with. You don't want to be sitting with a bucket of petrol essentially in your room. That's just not good. But yeah,
the way this smell hurts my brain.
Yeah, pretty much. Sometimes I can even feel myself getting fucking high whenever I'm sitting in the room for too long. I have to open the window and whatnot. But
get much higher. High.
But yeah, it's just a quick overview. It's more just to get you started. I might do another one similar to this in the future. But let's just keep going. We got another advert. We got more adverts. What's this? All album subscription. The Lusty. Oh yes, I've seen this. This guy sells. You can pick these up. So you can actually buy the license for these. To use them with stuff. It's actually really cool. The Lusty Pilgrim is a dungeon synth music label created by 3 musicians and gamer Miguel. Check out his online store. So there you guys go. It's actually pretty cool. I think it's really interesting. It's it's not bardcore, but
why does a Rusty Pilgrim sound so dirty?
Yeah, it really does.
Yo, give her the Rusty Pilgrim.
Yeah. There's more Fez and Monocle. Again, more board game stuff if that's something that you're interested in. What do we have here? We got another advert for the hobby store. We got one for selling thingies. This guy does like commissions, so he does. There's some models that I do on there. Like there's one there, there's one there, and there's another one of my ones that I do. Oh, and there's one there as well. But yeah, if you're interested in like hiring someone to get like thingies done, there you go, that's the thing. This one's pretty cool. Another one from RPG Pundit, Secret Symbols and Languages. Yeah, essentially Thieves Can't. It's actually pretty cool. So it is. He's actually went into like more detail on like actual examples. Again, Garbrew history, like actual, actual examples throughout history. So there you guys go. If that's something you're interested in, if you're interested in like code breaking and stuff, something to check out, you know. And there's some more of it. Spicing Up Random Encounter Table by Randy Nichols. What's this? Random Encounter Tables have been a part of gaming tradition since gaming began. It emphasizes, has waxed and waned over the years, but its appeal is undeniable. I love random tables. You can't go wrong with random tables, honestly. Let's see, but it appeals undeniable, even if just for the sheer fun of the dice rattling in your hand as you discover what mischief your player characters are about to find themselves. You can't go wrong with random tables. You can do anything with random tables.
Well, you can make one for literally anything.
Yeah.
It just helps spice up your night. Like, all right, well, wait. So say like you're a DM who's like, all right, it's a fucking. I have no idea what the fuck to do today, which is not out of the ordinary for any DM.
Yeah.
Kind of like, no, I want to get the ball rolling. You pull up a randomized table, you roll a dice, and go, all right, let's do this.
Yeah. It's not for everyone. I know a lot of people that just cannot do that. But it's I work with it pretty easily. I like doing that. I just pull shit out of my ass all the time. Like, see, that's the thing. Even if I'm like running like a book, half the stuff that I'm doing, I'm like, James, did you read over this book before we start playing it? Yeah. I skimmed it. I got the gist of it.
Yeah,
but,
I skimmed it. We're good.
Yeah, we'll be all right. We'll be, look, it'll do the job. Hilda finds a home. Oh, here we go. This is part 2 of that one from the first one. So they're going
to say Hilda finds a hoe or a home?
A home.
Oh, I was like, Hilda finds a hoe. Like, goddamn.
Yeah. So that's a continuation on of the first issue. We'll just skip over that. It's quite big, so it is.
Oh, it's so big.
This is something that I've seen a few people starting to do this, where they want to start doing like comic books for their settings. Have you seen this? Yeah. Venture's been doing it, and this is one for Anchor. This is Mad Scribe's one.
Of course I know him. He is me.
Yeah. I suppose, yeah, that's true. Here we go. There's more battle reports this time from doing... What system is that again?
Oh, for fuck's sakes. This is that Guns and Glory shit.
Do you not like it? No.
It's just more historical stuff, man. It's like... It's not my jam. I wanna fight in a trireme. Said nobody.
Well, then if you don't do a battle report, then I'll be disappointed for issue number 5 or 6.
I want to slide across your trireme and take all your fucking paddles out. Let me roll for it. Yep, looks like you layer half speed. Damn.
Oh,
good
shit.
play, my man.
I didn't talk about triremes for an hour and a half.
That's half the fun. What are you on about? You get to spurg out and talk shit about...
Not me. I want to play the goddamn game. I got one day a week to hang out, and you guys want to talk about fucking how fucking they fought nude on ships. I don't give a fuck, bro. Just roll your dice.
No, that's where this is where the fun begins. anyway, let's keep going. Noble Knight Games. We got another cosplay section, so we do.
Hey yo.
Hey. Oh.
I just said last magazine, yo, let's be the more cosplayers, less lingerie.
Yep, time to get back on it by Alyssa. What is that her name? Alyssa? Photographer Joe Hunt. So there you go. Oh, wait, is that all the same woman?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Anyway, what's this? So we've got is this another adventure? Monster Flower Child?
No, this is a monster called the Flower Child.
Oh, right, we small side quest, so it is. Who's it done by? Sir Paradox. Artwork by Starry AI. Let's see, another wee small adventure.
Whoa, using AI, bro? That's fucking fucked up, bro. You should pay an artist $140 and wait 4 months to get it.
See, that's a fucking issue that I've got. It's like, the cost is, or like, you know, like cost is one thing. The problem is it's making your money back.
Through the roof.
It's making your money back because, like, see for like the Bastard Princess. See if I want to get an artist to get all that done, you're going to talk like 5,000. You know what I mean? Like in and around that mark, it's going to be between 3,000 to 5,000 to get like a good artist to like do it all. You know, and I've got no idea if I'm going to make the money back off that. And also, it's for a system that isn't even out yet. For God's sake, you know what I mean? Like the quick start goals are out, but that's about it. But anyway, let's keep going. That's a good sized adventure, so it is. And then we got another one, Stone Skull Tower. Again,
Stone Skull Tower.
I think this is for anyone. Like, see if you're interested in like getting like Lightning Adventure and putting it out. Do one and send it to Chris. I sent it to Mad Scribe, and if he publishes it, he publishes it. You know, sort of thing. There's tons of stuff like this. So like, I don't know, it might be a good way to get your foot in the door. Like, you know, again, Chris does publish a load of stuff, so like, you know, he'll actually be able to tell you if it's dog shit or not. You know, what are they for? What systems are they? It doesn't say what system this one's for, but either way, it looks just like a generic D20 system anyway, so easy enough. Anyone could use that. Let's keep going. And then we've got another advert and more of the spice. And there we go. That's issue number 2 finished. Do you want to do issue number 3, Arbor?
Sure.
Are you tired of overreaching and overbearing censorship on important and non-important issues? Well, you're in luck. For just $7.50 a month, you can get access to over 60 hours of completely uncensored and unhinged schizo takes from Megan and James. From us.
I mean, look, it's 60 hours at the minute. Every week we do a minimum of like 3 hours.
Yep.
So, you know,
You get a lot of content.
there's a lot on there.
A lot of content. Ranging from... or even... yes, they are that spicy. Even the name of the topic must be censored. We can't even promote it on YouTube. You can stream or download all the videos from Gumroad and cancel your membership at any time. Though new videos every week on average come to 2 to 3 hours long, so we can really go in depth on any topic, and we are not strangled by the YouTube algorithm.
That's a big issue I always find.
Yeah.
If
We
you
can
want-
be open and uncensored and not have to worry about any of that.
If you want to talk about a subject, YouTube really promotes, you're going to have to get that done in 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. But on this, we can really take our time and really delve into it.
And most weeks we do bonus off-topic videos. And yes, we even have a teaser video you can download for free from neckbeardia.co.uk. In it, we talk about Northern Ireland for 4.5 hours.
I don't even think we're scratched the surface,
No,
guys.
it's to try and help you understand who we are as people, our worldview, and how we can kind of be aliens to most people. If any of that sounds good to you, go ahead, links down below, and let's get back to the video. Also, and the winner of the daily giveaway is this guy! Yay! Woo! Woo!
Look, anyway, in for a chance to win, all you gotta do is like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, automatically entered in.
And to claim the prize, you just send an email to neckbeardiacontact@gmail.com. Let's get back to the video.
Let's do this. Now, this is the only one that I think the cover looks shit. Not gonna lie. Like, all the other covers look really nice. I love the cover for
It's got like
that one's
Bat
cool.
Boy vibes, you know?
Yeah, this one's probably the coolest cover. Like, I'm just putting it out there. You can't go wrong. Pterodactyl leotards will always be cool. I don't care. Especially with like a Valkyrie with a fucking laser gun. This,
Look. I want to say it. This says, Bat Boy fucked my wife. That's what this says, man. Like, look at it.
Yeah, I think this.
Bat Boy seduced my wife, and now she's divorcing me for his bat dick.
Yeah, not gonna lie. I think all the other covers look a lot nicer than this one. I don't know. Like, see, when it comes to magazines, you gotta have a nice cover. You just do. It's universal. But look, let's just keep going. Let's see. Grim
Bat
Jim.
Boy sucked my dick, called me gay, stole my wife.
Yeah, what's this? Sex, Drugs, and Dice by Grim Jim. I wouldn't expect anything less from him, if I'd be honest with you. So let's see. Let's go on in. Credits, Chris. And contents. We've got a lot of stuff here.
Word from the editor.
Alright, let's do this one, will we? Are you good? Do you want me to zoom in?
Yep. So here we are, already 3/4 into the first year of our seminal publication of Mad Scribe magazine, and yet it seems that time has flown by. Time can often seem to move very quickly during a rapid succession of events, and this year has been nothing if not eventful. These are very political times we live in, and despite our best efforts, that politics often seeps into our hobbies as well. The hobby is currently rife with censorship, draconian business tactics, and weaponized fans willing to shill for the mega corporations while doing their best to cancel indie artists who don't push the message. Fucking man.
Yeah.
Leave the $1 million corporation alone.
Yeah, pretty much. It's too common. Why does it happen all the time? Like, seriously?
I don't know why a peasant feels a need to try and defend the people who are taking all their goddamn money and fuck them over.
Maybe they're just into that type of shit. I don't know.
I guess. They're like hobby sadists or some shit.
Yeah.
Seemingly long gone are the days when a group of mates or various religions, political ideologies, sexual. Remember, you ever see the meme like the racist man, his friend?
Yeah, yeah, literally me. Yeah, it's always that though.
Together,
racists don't even care anymore. They only care if you're also racist with them. So they don't care what race you are.
So who do you hate?
Yeah,
like there's one I saw this morning about this fucking absolute. I call them hyper gays. All right.
Well, what's a hyper gay?
They have like really like a hyper gay male's like extremely long nails, wears like contour shit for their ass to look bigger.
Are you talking about like a cross-dresser or what?
No. Here's a video. I'm going to show you this. If you want to watch this, go right ahead and just open that.
No, I'm not gonna. I do
it. Do it. Open it up. Come on. Show the fans. Let's go.
All right. Let's see. What's this? Let's keep going.
Like somehow this guy looks the bird. This guy thing boy makes the bird cage look less gay somehow. Like, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, he does somehow.
All right, let's go. He does somehow. I don't know how he did it. Wait, someone looks more gay than the birdhouse. Since starting this publication, I've been criticized by both ends of the political spectrum for daring to give a platform to one person or another, or for showing content they felt was inappropriate. In a sane world, one might simply conclude, oh, I guess I could just skip this article, or this magazine just isn't for me. Unfortunately, some people down decide that if someone offends their delicate, often arbitrary sensibilities, they shouldn't have the right to exist at all. Leftist!
Yeah.
It has even gone so far as to have one outlier call for my demise, which is that's internet people in general.
Yeah.
I wish you would die. I love one guy. I know where you live. Pull up then.
Yeah, I fucking dare you.
We're in America, bro. By all means, pull in my driveway. Let's see how many rounds I can dump into your fucking car before you actually pull out again.
Yeah.
Like there are guys who are like, I guess if you live in like San Francisco, I know where you live. Oh
God.
Here's like cool. Let's find out. Let's fuck around, homeboy. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna scare me.
Oh Jesus! But some people are just like that, though. You know.
I've been doxxed I think 6 times so far, and I always go like, all right then, you know where I am. Come along. Let's have a party.
I don't know. See, the problem with doxing is it's like most of
killed in so long.
Most of the time, like, you know, it's not really going to affect like the majority of people, but like the people that do it are just fucking gay.
Well, just imagine like I'm gonna go. I dox this guy in the Midwest. I'm gonna go to his house and give him an excuse to shoot me. Like, are you out of your fucking mind?
Yeah,
like,
that's not.
He ain't gonna shoot me. Every gun owner dreams of the day some fucking moron tries to come to their house and cause trouble. Like, oh, today's the day.
Yeah. Anyway, look, let's keep going before I have to cut any of that.
Right. Sorry. Rabbit dog.
Garbu, you're not allowed to make threats on YouTube anymore.
It's not a threat. It's a outlier they're gonna run into when they get here, right?
All
Not
right.
a threat. It's an outcome that's gonna be ensured.
All right. Okay.
Anyway, so Garbro called for the death of his enemies.
Oh.
Garbro canceled for wishing to shoot people. And since starting the publication, I've both criticized by both ends of the political spectrum for. Oh yeah. I read that. Our mission statement since the beginning has been to publish the industry's best magazine devoted to sword and sorcery, fantasy, science fiction, and he should capitalize sorcery.
Yeah. Wow.
Sword and sorcery, fantasy, science fiction, and tabletop gaming in a non-political manner without excessive censorship or morality clauses, which people cannot fucking understand.
I know. What? You have to have my morality clause. Fuck off. Get out.
You're allowing him to speak? How dare you?
I know. Jesus Christ.
I stand by that statement, and if you thought I was an anti-censorship before, now know that threats have only caused me to double down.
Oh, yeah.
I want to threaten this guy who's 50 years old because I don't give a fuck. I've lived my life. This is Gucci from here on in.
Yeah. Oh, my God. What do you do?
Mad Scribe Games, LLC employs about 50 freelance authors and artists who run the gamut of race, gender, religion, and sexual preferences. Some are socialists, and some are conservatives. There are gay, straight, and bisexual men and women. We employ Jews, Muslims, Christians, and atheists. We all get along and do what is necessary to produce this magazine because we don't talk politics and everyone works from home. I don't care who you voted for. I don't care how you got your jollies in the bed. I don't care how you get your jollies in the bedroom. This magazine is about gaming, plain and simple.
Shabazz.
Yeah. Fucking simple as. I don't care who you're fucking. I don't care who you're voting for. It's all about gaming, plain and simple.
Shabazz. Quick shot.
I don't care where you put your dick. It's all about gaming.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, look, let's finish this off. Keep going.
Regarding content creators that I allow to appear in this magazine, if I feel someone has something worthwhile to contribute to the hobby, I will give them a platform. Whether or not they have been banned by other platforms such venues is irrelevant. In fact, it's because of the monopoly that exists in media that often excludes dissenters that I feel it is my prerogative to give certain outcasts a forum, as long as their content is newsworthy and limited to gaming.
Yeah?
I can see, like, never mind, I'm not going to do that joke.
No.
There are put the German accent away, Garbo. There are innumerable publications, blogs, and podcasts where you can find political activists masquerading as gamers willing to parrot the approved topics and talking points of WoTC and the MSM Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mad Scribe is something different. We seek to ignore all the politics and strive to help the hobby return to a golden age of gaming content that's nostalgic, fun, and most importantly, the orcs go in the camps. is importantly uninhibited. Enjoy.
Yeah, there you go. So I like that he's doubling down on it. Every time I see this, get a fucking subscription service. There we go. There's Greg Gillespie. If you don't know anything about Greg, he
Barrowmaze, didn't he?
Yeah, he did Barrowmaze and Darrowmaze or whatever the fuck you call it. Now, the only problem the only problem I've got with it is now his books are expensive. They're mega dungeons. They're absolutely gigantic, so you are getting your money's worth. But you have to build them all yourself. You know, I would really much prefer it if there was one like pre-made. And, like, not everything was, like, gold on, you know what I mean? Like, absolutely everything. It's like, it's like, you know what it is? It's like, you know when you go out somewhere and you order fajitas and then they make you, like, make them yourself. It's like, man, I already paid for the food. Come on. Give me the finished product, you know? I know that's not for everyone, but, like, I would have liked it if he had added his own version. Like, this is exactly how I played it, but these are also the tools to create it yourself. Does that make sense? That's something that I would have liked. But again, maybe that's just me. Overall, Greg does some really good stuff, so he does, and he's been involved for ages. He's also a Canadian university professor, and he's quite outspoken about what's going on in Canada, with all the fucking mental shit going on. So, you know, I don't know, he's someone to check out. You can't really find him online. I think he's on Facebook though, so he is, but you're not going to be able to find him on Twitter. He's just like, nah, I'm not fucking with that type of shit, you know, and I don't blame him. It took me a long time before I even wanted to even go near Twitter. The only reason why I actually started with Twitter was because of Elon Musk banned it, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll give it a go. I'll try and get onto it. But yeah, Greg makes some good books, definitely worth checking out. We'll probably talk about them in a different video in the future. So let's keep going, will we? Dragon Slayer did really well, so it did. What the fuck is this? Mark. I want to know who the fuck's this guy? How old are you and where are you from? I'm 53 years old from Los Angeles, California. Do you want to know about this guy, or who is this guy?
Mark.
Mark.
He's Oh, this is the guy who does like the fucking. Okay, these books usually have like a big red border and like a very central picture. Oh fuck! Hold on, I gotta think. What are these? They're like his books are like Dark Wizard something, and like basically it's a big old red fucking splash background with like a little rectangular image. Usually, they're basically like fucking basic dungeon books. It might show when you scroll down.
So, hold on, I've got it here. Began acting in 1988, studying with a veteran actor. So I think he's a character. So he is. But oh yeah, no, no, he's doing it in character. So he is. Yeah, he does like the. Yeah, I've seen a few of this guy's books before, so I have. But this is like one of his characters.
When I see him, they're always a big, bold red backsplash and like a little rectangular image in the middle that kind of describes what the book's about.
Yeah, it's like it's them old fucking like advanced D&D book covers that he does. Anyway, let's keep going. So he has 2 interviews in this book.
Yeah, there.
Yeah, there you go.
Those things, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on, scroll up.
Up.
When Christians see a lesbian.
Way demon.
I like that. Oh, see, when did you first get into acting? Oh, so he does a bit of everything. There you go. Let's keep going.
Yeah, I'm an actor. I do adult film. This guy has direct adult porn.
Megan, he looks exactly like, what do you call that old
Ron
guy?
Jeremy.
Yes, yes. That's exactly who he looks like.
Ron Jeremy looking ass.
Yeah.
Aviators.
I mean, fuck me. Can you imagine these?
Hey girl, I'll make you a star.
Yeah.
Come to my mansion tomorrow. We're filming a movie.
Yeah. So he's got quite a few interviews in this one. This is the 3rd interview, is it?
Louis Zocchi.
Yeah.
Zocchi?
Yeah. Game science. Okay. Let's keep going. Juno says we pick brains as the indie filmmaker. Fuck me, how many interviews did he manage to get his hands on for this issue? Is this issue just thingies? Okay, look, let's keep going.
Comic.
Yeah, comics. Boom. I should have put this one in
Hey, I know that guy.
Wait, this one?
No, go down.
No. Who's this?
Down.
Go up.
Down.
What, do you?
Down.
Oh, Grim.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. There's more of Grim. Sex, drugs, and dice. So what could Grim possibly be talking about in this one? By Grim, we tend to think of role-playing as more specifically Dungeons & Dragons. It's only been cool in recent years. This might be true in terms of general acceptance. Well, that is something... Let's be serious. See, when it comes to a lot of this sort of shit, like, it's now trendy to be to be into like nerd hobbies and interests. Like, do you know?
I'm a nerd. Oh well, I love like Dungeons and Dragons and shit.
See, even in like 2006, see, like, people knowing that you played World of Warcraft, that was like fucking like social death sentence. Jesus Christ, you know what I mean? Like, fuck me. Like, it just wasn't cool.
You play World of Warcraft? How about you raid some bitches now?
Yeah,
Like,
look, it just wasn't cool. It wasn't cool, and it's only like really in recent years. Even like video games and stuff. Like when do you think like adults playing video games was acceptable? I'm gonna say like the PS3 360 era. Do you think?
well, it's more the thing that it became more widespread, and it was like, well, everyone's doing it. Let's be a cool adult who's hip, and now in the early 2000s, like, well, I do want to be hip and cool.
Yeah, but like, you get what I mean. Like, it used to be like video games were children's entertainment, kind of like comics, you know. And even then, like comics, again, it's. I'm thinking in the past 15 years. I think it's sometime about 2007, 8. Oh fuck, you know, it was Big Bang Theory. Did Big Bang Theory do that? Was it Big Bang Theory that fucking made nerd culture like acceptable? On one hand, okay,
it probably did.
Yeah, it did. Anyway, look, let's keep going. Do you want to read a bit of this article, or do you want to just skip on?
I can read a bit of it. Sure.
All right, okay, let's go for it.
So let's see. This little skimming through here. Is this all his article? Holy shit.
Yeah. How long does it go on for?
It's a long article. So let's see here. So basically, how you know what? Fuck it, let's read it.
All right,
we tend
okay.
to think that role playing, or more specifically Dungeons and Dragons, has only been cool in recent years. You read that. Once D&D left its wargame roots, it was primarily taken up in universities and colleges, where the rebel and counterculture spirits of the 1960s were still very much present. Students were often the cultural movers and shakers, and they then go on to create the more mainstream culture a decade or two later. Having influence amongst the university students and their countercultures gave D&D considerable cultural impact in the following decades. The 1970s were a time of significant cultural impact, despite being reduced to disco and flares in most people's minds. These were the years of economic hardship, suiting a... Shut up. California. Why are you calling me, commies? Got my fucking phone. These were years of economic hardship, suiting a DIY hobby like D&D, and the years of surging prog rock, fantasy art, science fiction and fiction.
No.
SF and F. Fucking. My said special forces and firefights. I was like, what the fuck? Films and fiction, casual drug use, continued social liberation, and countercultural publication. The years of the zine and the underground comic, the 5 minutes drum solo in the Oz trial. Back then, and really up until the early 2000s, youth culture had cohesion and swept along in movements, usually centered around music. These were overlapping fandoms that people tended to congregate around. Someone who played D&D was more likely than not to listen to prog rock, smoke weed, own Paper Tiger art books, admire Ralph Bakshi's work, and have a copy of Lord of the Rings on their bookshelf.
I'm just gonna say, Dio was a thing. You know what I mean? It's like, just fucking go watch the Holy Diver music video, and that's all you need to know.
Holy Diver!
Every year I get closer and closer to buying a fucking panel van and doing a fucking mural on it. I get closer and closer every fucking year. Like, this is the year I'm going to buy a fucking 1970s panel van.
Yeah.
Do like a little spread on it. You know?
Yeah. No, you have to be serious, Garb. It's all going to be anime shit you're going to put on it. It fucking is. I know exactly what you're like.
You know me so well.
Yeah. Anyway, do you want to keep going, or do you want to read more about this? So it's again,
it's all going to be Daijobu. Basically, he's going over like the evolution of like counterculture.
And stuff like that.
Like
I think
there's
there's
Warhammer in here. There's the Satanic Panic. Cyberpunk. How like things that are deemed bad make things look good to others, the rebels. And
so I think the problem that I've got with Grim Jim is, I agree with him on a lot of stuff, but I think his biggest fucking issue is that he's stuck in the past. Like, it's almost like
the future is now.
No, but unironically though, like I feel like Grim still believes like he's living in like the 1980s and like Thatcher's still a thing. Do you know what I mean? Like he's still like stuck in that like time zone, and he can't seem
in the past, old man.
The world has changed. Okay, that's all I gotta say. Like I think he's right about a lot of stuff, but he's just. He's an old school liberal. That's what I would call him, and
classic liberal.
Yeah, and it's just he's stuck in a world that doesn't exist anymore, and the world that does exist today is. I don't even want to get. Let's just keep going. I do want to do some of Grimm's books though. He has had some pretty interesting cool books, but that's for a different day. So let's keep going, will we? So we got more Grim here. We got more adverts for your man's books. I might check out that one. That one looks pretty good. Good. Hanging Coffins and the Vampire Queen. I like the look of that one. This one looks pretty cool as well. The Secret Machine and the Star Spawn. It's got some black one with an afro with a laser gun shit like an illithid. So that looks cool to me.
Wait, let's see that vampire. I fit here saying I'm a conservative lesbian. They're like, no. It's like.
Let's say, what's this? So you want to start your own convention? Who's did this one?
Neckbeardia Con?
No, I'm never doing that. You know what would be actually kind of cool? I wouldn't mind doing like a digital one, but like, see the idea of like fucking organizing that would be an absolute nightmare. I want to do a big one for Class War Sweaty. I would love to do like 100-player game. Each sector has its own DM, so it would be 20 DMs. 100 players. I think it would be really cool. And it would be a really cool promotion piece. However, it's organizing something like that would just be an absolute nightmare, and it's not something that I ever want to do again, honestly. See, organizing like large Discord servers to like play games on, holy good fuck, it's not worth it, man.
See, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold ValeCon in the woods, in the middle of nowhere. Where no one can find you.
So you just want to go off and shoot guns in the woods?
Yes. Correct.
Well, oh, never mind. Let's keep going. So you want to start your own convention?
What are you gonna say, Brit Knight? Eh?
I was gonna say it's like Brokeback Mountain or something. I don't know. Let's keep going.
Don't make you squeak.
Yeah. So how do you start one of these? Honestly, the problem is what would put me off is what was that one? Remember Lean First?
Oh, Jesus Christ,
Who was it that did that video? The Internet Historian. That was such
Historian.
a good video. So it was. Oh shit! It was
Today I will make the tear gas.
Yeah.
Sorry, mustard gas.
Yeah, it was something like that they made. But anyway, honestly, I think it sounds like such a cool idea, but I think it's like owning a game store where the idea sounds a lot cooler than the actual doing it. Does that make sense? That, and also, have you ever seen that? Do you ever watch that documentary about Fire Festival?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean,
It's,
you guys sucked.
That thing was such a scam, dude.
Yeah, and the guy, like, he was almost going to suck the fellow off to get clean drinking water for the festival. Oh my god, that shit was hilarious. So yeah, I'm never going to run.
I'll suck your dick for a bowl of Dasani, I beg you.
The cruises I'm ever going to do is maybe run some like promo events. But even then, it will be like online and such because I could only imagine this turned into a disaster for me. Oh, there we go. There's an advert for Chult. Honestly, if you haven't checked out Chult, do it. It's actually really fucking good. I've got a bit of a soft spot for Venger, Sweaty, I must say. I think his books are fucking... Oh, you're missing out. Oh, more board games? You don't want that?
So no, just you have a soft spot for fucking... Just say you have a hard spot for him, spot.
I've got a soft spot for Venture, I must say. I think his adventures are really fun. Honestly, there's no one making adventures quite like him. If I be honest with you, he's just a really weird guy, and I can't help but enjoy his stuff. So there you go. He just finished a Kickstarter. I was actually wanting to try and get him on to talk about his Kickstarter, but like he just did it at a really bad time, so he did, Anyway, more Fez and Monocle, more of that board game stuff.
So every time I see his picture of the Fez and Monocle guy, I want to get him drunk on 9 shots of Fireball and see what just comes out of his mouth.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say when you're drunk? I wonder.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like I'll take him to a bar, Fez on, and just like here, you know what? I'll buy you drinks.
What's gonna
How do
happen?
you feel about Critical Role? Here we go.
Yeah, go on. Does he own a game store or something? I know he's got I think the guy's got a YouTube channel because I have seen him about. So I have, although I might have just seen him on YouTube or on Twitter. No, I must have seen him on Facebook, I think. Anyway, look, let's keep going. Again, if you're interested in board games, it's not a bad segment,
Well, he'll help you choose your next board game you like.
Yeah.
Here's how long it takes to play. Here's what it does. Here's how was it fun? Yes or no?
The big problem with board games is it's finding other people that want to play it. You know what I mean? Like, that's really what it comes down to. And people are so picky with their tastes of board games, I make Megan cry, so I do something shocking when we play Monopoly. I'm not even joking. Like, see the usually.
You're such a fucking dickhead.
Oh no, I give out interest rates and shit. It's beautiful. I love it. What's this?
Interest rates?
Yeah. Do you not do interest rates? It's like, all right, I'll let you.
No.
What? Do you not get done for usually?
I want to have fun on my board games.
All right, okay. Molding magic into your setting by RPG Pundit. So there you go. There's more stuff from him. Talking about. Again, like, we've done quite a few videos talking about this, like, different magics to work with different settings and all that type of stuff. We've talked about this quite a bit, It's always an interesting aspect of any game, though, I find.
And look, I know people like Pundit. I think he's wrong on a lot of counts, and I hate his views on fucking magic.
Yeah. Well, the guy does claim to be a wizard, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, the guy is a Freemason wizard, so like...
How about you summon up some bitches then, Pundit?
The thing is, I straight up asked Pundit. I asked him, I was like, yo, show me how to summon a succubus, and he wouldn't show me how to summon a succubus. Suck! Show me how to summon a succubus that'll suck my soul out of my dick, right? And then he was like, no, you wanted to summon the Virgin Mary, man. It's like, no, that's not what I want. I wanted to fuck. Never mind. Like, all I'm saying is, his magic doesn't work then.
Look. If you're gonna summon a chick, you want to summon a virgin or a girl who knows her shit?
Yeah, so, anyway, look, let's keep going.
Hilda finds a home, book 3.
More stuff for Certain Caravan. Honestly, I would really recommend Certain Caravan. It's a really good book, so it is.
I wouldn't.
Do you know? Oh, I suppose you don't like history stuff, though.
History bullshit.
You're missing
I
out.
will be a knight in the Middle East.
Oh, you're missing out. Heroes and villains. Here we go. There's book 3. Hilda finds a home.
Hilda finds a home. Book 3.
Okay. So there you go. Let's keep going. Book
4. Hilda fucks a hobbit.
I don't know. I can't remember what happens in the other one. What's this? Cosplay culture. Angela is a Portuguese cosplayer with her own designer clothing
cosplay.
brand.
That's not culture. It's cosplay couture.
Couture. Okay. Wait, does she like make stuff then for people? Is she like a?
Ow!
She won a few Portuguese high-level cosplay contests and has also represented her country at the European Cosplay Gathering in France.
I don't speak Portuguese.
Yeah, she's done in the Netherlands. All right, okay. And that's actually quite. Yeah, she does actually really look like your woman. What do you call her again? The witch from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, the red something.
The Red Witch or something. I can't remember. Anyway, let's keep going. Fucking Edward Scissorhands. It's always it.
Oh God, Edward Dildo Hand.
No! What is it with everyone that does cosplay? They always have to do your fucking blood elf at some stage. Like, you know, it seems universal. If a girl does cosplay, it's like you can guarantee at least one blood elf. You know, what's this? Mindwinter Studio about us. Oh wait, okay, so that's what they do. Oh wait,
Printing company.
Printing company. Okay, I might check these out. Their stuff looks pretty nice, but it looks like a nightmare to print. Just because how thin that cape is, that would be a fucking shit show. So it would.
I think this picture's problematic. It shows a black man nude.
Oh no! Oh, it shows a woman with sneaks as well. For her, ooh, Palace of Medusa.
She's a snake. She's a thick little snake.
Honestly, they're really nice looking. I quite like this Wizard of Oz one.
These are more like dioramas.
Yeah, there's something in me that I really wants to do dioramas though. But the problem I've got with doing them is I've got no use for them. Like if I'm painting something, I feel like I need to be using it for like a game, you know. And if I do a diorama, it's never going to be used for a game. So then I can't justify myself spending the time doing it.
The people who do dioramas are the same guys who go to a train store to meet people. Okay.
Fair enough.
And you know exactly what I fucking mean. You know what I mean exactly.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do know exactly what you mean.
Do you guys also like trains?
Yeah.
I need friends. Please help me.
Yeah. So what do you think? I would say that one was probably the weakest issue so far out of them all. Mostly just because it's
not great.
Mostly because it was just interviews, if I be honest. Yeah, see that? I can't show that on screen, Garbrew, for God's sake.
Damn, I almost got him.
Yeah. No, I can't put that one on screen. Here we go, and this is the 4th issue. This was out in December. I don't know if the physical one's out because normally Madscribe sends me out copies, so he does. So like, I haven't got the copy for this one yet. That's what I got paid in. If you do issues, you don't get paid. You just get free magazines sent out to you. So like, I'm happy enough with that. But like, Anyway, let's keep going. So I did how to sell your tabletop RPG products online, but I never really got a chance. I haven't really looked at this one as of yet properly. Let's see. We got interviews with the Red Room. If any of you guys don't remember the Red Room, they're the guys who go.
The amount of hate she gets is fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, she picks fights with like people in dresses every day.
There are days I'll scroll down Sylvia's fucking.
Yeah.
Twitter, I'm like, hey, you get him just as fun.
But honestly, she loves doing it. Like, she lives for that, so she does like that.
I know she does. What's fun to watch?
Yeah, she absolutely loves it. Anyway, let's keep going to a word from the editor. You ready for this one? Do you want to do this one? Do you need me to zoom in? Is that good? Okay. Oh.
Welcome to the 4th issue of Madscribe magazine. Well, we did it. We accomplished our original goal to publish a print magazine and keep it going for at least 1 year. Well, you only did 4 mags, so it's not hard to do.
He does work full time as well, you know what I mean? And he does do other stuff.
Everyone works full time except for me, because I am.
Yeah.
Granted, it's only been a quarterly publication. Yep, okay, but it's still no small feat. Although I do hire the services of authors and artists, the concept, many of the topics, editing and graphic design and layout are all my responsibility. Let's not forget, I have a family and a regular job, a regular 9-to-5 job. Jeez, it's like we can tell the future, you and I.
Yeah.
Been a lot to juggle, but thus far I've managed to pull it off. Not bad for a middle-aged Grognard, huh? Did you know that Grognard comes from the from the French army? Grumbler? Despite the warnings,
what's
of many
what's the
that
French
media-
one that means hairy man? I can't remember. There's like a World War one, the French name for it, and it's like means like the French soldier was just like hairy man or something. Do I want me to?
Le Poilu?
Yeah, it was something like that. I can't remember.
I'll speak French. Le Poilu.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Dopus hard enough to learn French. Sorry. Despite the warnings of many that print media is dead, I've been present. It's not. Jesus. Print media is dead, old man. Man, they undownloaded my books up my fucking. Like you can.
Print media
like,
is dead for the most part. Like
there's like Audible and a few other of these online audiobook and a few of the online readers. They removed books from people's libraries.
yeah, that's fucked up, man.
Man, they removed my Kill a Mockingbird book. What the fuck? I mean, like, how I got mine, motherfucker.
Yeah, you need to be careful. Like honestly, it's so dystopian. It's straight up. It's so fucking dystopian. But like, let's keep going. Let's bang this one out because we're going to the end. So we are.
The first 3 issues are all bestsellers on various platforms. For short periods after each release, they have outpaced the sale. They have even outpaced the sale of WoTC products. That fact offers me not just pride, but hope. Hope that maybe there is still a place in this world for old school style gaming products, devoid of overly preachy politics.
Liberals.
Gotta love them cancel piggies.
Yeah.
Oink oink. Perhaps newer players will stumble upon copies of this magazine, and they will, as they curiously thumb through its pages, they'll be inclined to adopt a different perspective. Maybe they'll take to heart some pearl of wisdom, or be inspired to start an OSR campaign or play an indie game they wouldn't have heard of otherwise. Of course, in these volatile times, I'll be lucky if the little buggers don't have a book burning, but we can.
Yeah. Yeah.
The book burning. The gaming hobby has changed quite a bit over the years, and many would agree not for the better. The players have always been very accepting and inclusive, yet because the games weren't originally considered nerdy, there has been this misconception by younger folk that original gamer groups were somehow exclusive, sexist, or even racist. Modern identity politics has forced a massive overcorrection of perceived behaviors, most of which have never existed in the first place. When you're a hammer and sickle, everything's a nail. In many ways, the worst thing to happen to gaming is its ongoing mainstream. Yep.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Because it is popular. The hobby is now subject to popular opinion and modern stabilities, i.e., weak people who can't take a fucking joke.
Yeah.
The game companies now struggle to dumb down their rule sets and remove offensive language. Negative modifiers. No, you sweet little perfect rabbit. There's no negatives. You're all positive.
No.
No.
I can't beat.
Especially those who will never play their games. Keep in mind the popular kids who used to beat you up for playing these nerdy games are now the ones trying to gatekeep original players from the very products and spaces that they created. That is why alternative counterculture platforms like this magazine are so important for the future of the hobby. As these larger mega corporations take control of the once beloved IPs and destroy them, like a Has-Been Hotel, it'll be important during the aftermath to have sane, reputable guardians of gaming knowledge and history to continue the hobby. There will come a day when Critical Role is no longer popular. Even WoTC might not be around in 5 years, but I will. I hope they die.
Honestly, do you think it's going to be like Vampire? You know the way, because Vampire was like such a 90s thing. It was defined, you know what I mean? Like what defined
the game Vampire.
Yeah, like what defined role playing in the 90s? Vampire the Masquerade. What defined role playing in like the you know what I mean? From like when did Critical Role start? Like 2016, was it? 15, 14?
Yeah, I
Some,
can't exactly.
you know, but
I have to go there and Google it.
But you get what I'm trying to say. Will it just burn out? Will it fly too close to the sun, and will it like evaporate with it? It's hard to say. You know, will it be another
fly too close to the gay?
Yeah, pretty much.
So Mad Scraps LLC will be collaborating with several other companies to produce a fantasy board game, a card game, and a bridged multilingual version of the Ancure RPG, and possibly a set of choose your own adventure books. So hang in there. I have one already written. that this dickhead never fucking used.
I don't know what you're all about. Here, just send shit to Chris. Send it to Chris, and he'll put it in. He'll put it in.
He's I don't fucking, I don't even know what you're on about.
I don't know. That was like years ago, man. I don't know. Anyway. Again, do you want to repeat? Go and get 20% off the cover price. No, fucking set up a proper subscription, Chris. I mean that. Give me a fucking subscription. You know. Anyway, look, let's keep going. Neon Lords.
Feed me harder.
Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland. I haven't really checked this out, but I really love the look of these books. I think they look really cool. I haven't got a line because this has only been out for like a week, this issue. So I haven't actually had the time.
I might be mean here because my opinion on art is different than others, but this kind of art is why AI art exists.
No, I like it. I think it's pretty cool. It's got that mucky,
like
messy sort of like
1980s front of my journal in high school scribble look to it.
Yeah,
I hate it.
well, that's what I want.
I hate it.
I don't like that. That looks shit, but I love this picture here. That one fucking trash, so it is. Not a fan of that one either.
I just see a normal Catholic priest here, sir. I don't know what you're about.
I like that one as well. I don't know. You know what it reminds me of? Have you ever? Do you remember the band Gore?
I don't know.
What? You never heard of Gore? All right, never mind.
They
Never
don't come to
mind.
mind.
Oh, you missed it out. I don't know. I like
Sorry,
that.
boomer.
Ugh. Anyway, let's keep going. I think this stuff looks pretty fucking cool. For Neon Lords, it's kind of like 40k-ish. Not gonna lie, some of that stuff. Let's keep going. Sure.
It does have early 40k vibe.
Yeah, it is very like Luke Tweeter-esque, you know. So we got an interview with the Red Room. Honestly, I feel bad for the Red Room. But they seem to just get themselves into fucking issues. They poke the bear. You know what I mean? That's the problem I've got with them. Like,
hey, that's why I like them. Poke that fucking bear, because that bear's a fucking sheep wearing a goddamn
yeah,
bear photo, dude.
Like they poke the bear and they do get hit hard. You know, and I would. It's one of those ones I'd love to see more like their stuff do better, but because they're banned from almost everywhere, you know, it's such an issue. You know, it's hard for them to get their stuff in front of people, and so many people just won't even like talk about their products. You know what I mean? Because they're hateful and they laugh at the men in pretty dresses on Twitter. Ooh, you know. Anyway, let's keep going. They've got
they're not even people.
Yeah, I want to do. I go. They pump out books. This guy Miguel, he pumps out books. Now, there's no one that makes books as quickly as he does. You know, it's insane the amount of shit that he does. He makes books. He must be putting out a book every 2 weeks, easily, minimum. But anyway, let's keep going. Because we're going to do his stuff in the near future. So I don't really want to talk about it too much here. Let's just keep going. Bit of an interview. That one looks pretty cool.
Vice.
Yeah.
Sandcove gets the blues.
They do a lot of stuff, honestly. Like, oh yeah, Sexual Holocaust, Legend Space. Like, they got in a lot of trouble for Sexual Holocaust, by the way. Just putting that out there.
Okay, look. That book was great, all right. If you actually read the book, it's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. I think their books are really funny.
If you read the book, they're pretty. It's actually quite funny.
Like Miguel is he's a really funny guy. I think he's. I just wish more people knew about him, and I think we're gonna. That's why. Look, this is why we're doing this sort of stuff. I want to focus on, instead of talking about wizards, I want to talk about stuff that's actually decent, and that's why I want to do Mad Skype first, because Mad Skype also has the very much the same worldview, and they want to put books out in front of people. They want to, you know, give people a voice, and that's what they're doing with the Ledgum. Anyway, let's keep going. Jonas, as we interview the best fun BattleTech author. What is it with guys that are into BattleTech? They're into BattleTech, you know?
Every Saturday I go to the game store, and these BattleTech guys take up 3 fucking tables. One to play on, 2 the whole other shit.
Yeah, like the guys that are into it are fucking into it, and that's one thing I've really noticed with these sort of guys. Like, they're fucking into it.
BattleTech with me. Get away from me.
I don't know. I've played it once, and it was actually really fun. I liked it. I thought it was a great game. So
it's the players, man. It's the fucking players.
What the fuck is this?
Image.
What is this?
Confederacy of Fear. That's a gay.
Book
That's a
for
fucking
the-
gay
the
pride
blue
flag.
dogs.
In the front of the fucking. Nice.
Yeah, the not White House. I like this. What's this? I just. Oh, okay. So this is my one. So it is. So
Who the fuck is James Neckbeardia?
I don't know why.
Sounds kind of gay.
Normally, I just put James Beardia, so I do.
Oh, please. Garbage. Please, take me my father. I'm James Beardia.
Yeah, I just use James Beardia. So look, this is one thing that really annoys me with a lot of people. A lot of people, I think, are producing a lot of really fucking good RPG products, but they don't spend any time actually marketing it. And this is more like it's more encouraging than anything. It's more just telling people to actually, like, if you're willing to spend, like, so say you've been working on a book. Garbu, how many hours a day? Like 2-3 hours a day you spend working on a book, like minimum for.
I spend roughly 2 hours a day on every piece of literature I have, whether it's the monster manual, my book, my game book, the CC manual, and saying editing a video. Like, so right now, I feel like I go edit a fucking video.
Yeah,
I'm doing this shit. Those videos take roughly 6 to 8 hours to edit.
Yeah. So, like, the thing is, the way I would look at it, if you're putting on all this work with just something that you're really, really happy with, why not spend an hour a day actually trying to get it in front of people? Do you know what I mean? And that's kind of what I really want to hammer home on this. Like, I really, like, so in my recent contribution to Mad Sky magazine, issue number 2, I delved into the fundamental aspects of 3D printing, a topic I specialize in particular with, the tabletop industry. While I do offer a diverse range of RPG-related products for sale, I have noticed that many indie creators struggle with grasping the basics of marketing. So if you have intentions to sell books, models, or any other tabletop RPG-related product, I believe my insight might be beneficial to you. It's important to note that my strategies may not necessarily... Like, what works for me will not work for you, or it might not, or maybe you just have to adapt. Like, you know, look, let's go with, like, what works for one person might not work for another, but you don't have to reinvent the wheel when it comes to marketing. You can look at what other people have achieved and what other people have done, and you can try and change that to your own way of doing things. I kind of went over the top with the fucking adjectives and shit, and I feel like I wrote this too, like, cleanly. Does that make sense? Like, instead of, like the way I actually talk, I tried to make it more, like, approachable to, like, more people, but after reading it, like, in the magazine, I'm like, I should have just read it the way I actually fucking talk, you know what I mean, to get across some of my points that I'm trying to get at, you know what I mean? But yeah, pretty much, I think it's interesting. If it's something that you're trying to, if you're having issues with it, think about it. Like, you know, I think I went over enough here to help people get an idea of what to be doing, you know. And again, like, I'm by no means a master of this by far stretch. Like, you know, there's people doing way better than me, and, like, you know, I'm not exactly doing amazing, but I think it's more just fucking spend a bit of time working on it. If you're not, like, I find there's so many people that just, they write a book, they put it up for sale on drive-thru, and that's it. And then they never talk about it ever again, you know? I think the Redrum can be quite bad for that. Like, they're too busy. They spend all their time producing books, and they don't spend any time advertising books, you know? And they're just constantly pumping stuff out again and again. But yeah, look, that's something that I did, and I thought it was kind of interesting, so you might too. But, like, it's honestly, it's only going to be, like, worthwhile leading to a very small number of people. So that's the thing. Let's keep going. Will we? Eric Smith, we got. Yeah, I don't think, like, honestly, that article will not be interesting to a lot of people. But, like, you know, again, like, what's the difference between RPG products and, like, anything else? You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you're trying to get a lot of the information crosses over. We got some more comics. What's this? Is this the Anchor one? Yeah, this is. Let's keep going. It's like a weird Bronze Age sort of, like, fucking setting. That's the only way I would describe it. Let's keep going. What's this? We loved your work on Thingy Massacre. Alright, who's this? Dragonova. I'm Dragonova, a French cosplayer.
Yeah, French cosplayer.
He fucking loves getting the cosplayers in, so he does. But again, that's kind of what he wants to go for. He wants to make a magazine that has a lot more... It's nerd hobbies in general, you know what I mean? It's like, you could say, it's like, well, it's a wargaming magazine. No, it's cause, you know, he kind of wants to keep it spread out to the point of, you know, anyone, like, if you're interested in nerd hobbies, there's going to be something in it for you. Does that make sense? So, like, let's keep going. Fez and Monocle. You looking forward to this bit? You don't like the board game? Oh wait, is there a battle report in this one? Let's see.
There probably is. He's had one in every fucking book so far.
Yeah. Garbu, do you want to? What would you do? What would your next one be?
What?
If you were to do an article, what would you do? What would you go for? What would you like to talk about? Or
Kill the shit out of your players.
Do what? I think you should do that. Make it like a proper article talking about that.
GMs should do 3 things: gaslight, torture, and kill their players.
You know one thing.
Those are your 3 objectives.
You know what I've been really thinking about doing? I'm really thinking about starting a blog. I'm really serious about starting a blog, but then I feel like if I do it, I have to like keep to it, but I might only end up doing like 2 a year sort of shit, you know what I mean? Or like, I don't know. And also I've got no idea if anyone would actually be interested in that, honestly, because it's just going to be schizo ramblings. And a lot of times I feel like, would I not be better off just doing a video instead of doing a blog and just do like an update video from time to time? You know, I think that might be the better way to go. Anyway, we got another adventure. There is no overpowered artifact by Chad Stevens.
I think it's an article.
Yeah, it's an article, but then he's got...
Oh, no, there it is.
Yeah, OSR short. So is this a mini adventure? Yeah, it's a 1-page adventure, so it is. I always like these 1-page adventures. There's something about them, like being able to print them off, you know? That's the way I'm doing a lot of the adventures for... I'm going to be doing that mostly for the Death March main book, because I'm doing 10... adventures in that book, but they're all going to be relatively like 1 or 2 page adventures, you know what I mean? But yeah, we'll see what happens. Martians, Empires, Battle. Oh, here we go, Garbo. Here, this is Martians. Look, it's not historical anymore. It's not actually. What is this one? This one looks pretty cool. Martian.
He says,
Hey,
it's not historical anymore.
Hey, you not feeling it? I think this looks really fucking cool. I like this. What is this game they're playing? They've got fucking like dinosaurs against like fucking.
It's like a rank and flank sci-fi game.
I like this. I can make. Oh, I can make that work. Oh, here we go. We got Hilda. Hilda finds a home. We got more of Hilda.
Hilda humps a heifer.
Chapter 14 golems. Let's keep going. What else do we have? We've got an advert for Big Geek Emporium. And we've got some stuff for Kickstarter, and that is us. So what do you think, Garb? We have to go into all of it. Is it something that you would... Now, I will say, the PDF's like a tenner. To buy the magazine, it's like $21... I think it's like $21 or something. Off drive-thru, but he also does sell it on Amazon and a few other places. I think you can actually get this on Walmart. See, you can. I'm not even joking. Like you can order it from Walmart, you know. So that's the thing. That my biggest problem with it is though he doesn't have a good subscription service, and I think if he had a solid subscription service, I think he would have a much easier time getting it sold. You know, he says what he really to make it to the point where he could do this as like a full-time job, he would need to have a subscription service hitting about, he would need to be getting close to about 200 active subscribers a month, which I think...
And just more magazines.
Yeah, well, he would be able to up that if you know what I mean. When it comes to the, like, if he has more of that, then he's able to up it to, like, maybe one every 2 months or so on and so forth type of thing. You know, you could definitely up that in time. But I don't know. I'm just happy something like this exists. Again, I'm so sick and tired of talking about Wizards. I want to talk about stuff that I think is cool, stuff that people that are working on, stuff that I think are interesting and worth doing. And I think this is definitely one of those projects that I'm happy to see exists and I want to see more of. You know, Gerber, will I bully you into writing an article then about how to kill your players?
I'd be more than happy to. I can give him battle reports with Star Wars Legion. I can give him articles on how to kill your players.
Oh, here, I will get this up. So, Chris did post this on Facebook, so he did a wee while back. About Attention! Mad Sky Magazine is looking to beef up the content in upcoming issues. I need several short, max 10-page adventures, articles on game design and or GM pearls, and homebrew monsters with stat blocks. I can pay you 5 cents per word for content. Please contact me at madskygames@gmail.com. Thanks. So there you go.
I'll have an email right.
I do it. That goes for anyone that's watching. Again, it's more open. It's like if Chris thinks it's interesting, if Chris thinks it's cool, he's more than okay with like you just sending stuff in. You know what I mean? Now he is always up to his eyes, and he's hard to get a hold of. So like if you send him something, expect a few weeks before you hear anything back from him, not gonna lie. But again, it's an open invitation. He's okay. If he thinks it's cool, he'll throw it in the magazine. So if that's something that you've always dreamt of or something you've thought about doing, I would say go for it. You can also get him on Twitter, so you can, which I will get up right now. Twitter, there we go. So yeah, you can get him pretty easily on Twitter as well. But what will we end on, Garbo?
Email sent.
Yeah. Hey, there we go. There we go. There we go. So who do you want to do next? So again, this isn't going to be like, we're not strictly moving to this, but I do want to do this like at least like once a fortnight, or like, you know, maybe once or twice a month, where we go over.
Sir, use freedom units. There's a Fortnite's a game, sir.
What? Oh. Why do you Americans hate the term Fortnite? Like, it's a measurement of time. You know what really fucking annoys me? Americans that don't use like stones. Why would you? It's like using tens but not hundreds. Like, what's the issue?
Sure. You say Fortnite, but we say Coon's Age. Oh, it's a fucking calamity now all of a sudden.
Yeah, it is. It fucking is. Okay, look, where do you want to go with this? What do you want to do? I'm happy this exists. I want more stuff like this to exist, and I think the person behind it has got the right mentality to do something like this, you know? And I think you need to have someone that's producing something with that type of mentality, because I think it would be very, very easy for this sort of magazine to be very corrupted and be like, oh, no, we don't do that. And you see it, look, all I'm saying is you see this a lot online. There's a lot of people that produce certain things. It's like, oh, we don't consort with those people. We're not gonna have that.
We don't talk to those people.
Yeah, and that's one thing I want to do. I want to, even if I do not agree with them, politically speaking, I do, if they produce good books that are worth checking out, I want to talk about them. And that's really what I want to do. Talk about anyone that is not Wizards, and I'm happy with. Although I'm not Paizo either. Actually, you know what? None of the big companies. Like, I want to focus particularly on like genuinely like one person studio sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like you and maybe like you got a few freelancers, or like max it's like a 5-person company behind it type of mentality. You know, that's what I want to aim for. So where do you want to go? Will we wrap up? Is that us finished for the night?
It's us finished.
Yeah, okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Links down below on where you can pick up all the magazines, although we've already shown you everything that's in the magazines. But like, you know, look, hopefully some of you guys are interested in picking it up in the future, all that jazz. Let us know what you think about this idea. Is this something you guys want to see more of? The other people that we've got in mind are, I would want to do Grim Jim, I want to do Venger, I want to do the Red Room, I want to do Gabrielle, and there's a few other people that I've got in mind, like maybe like the Basic Expert or Greg Gillespie or RPG Pundit. I think RPG Pundit would be a funny one because Garbu has some very strong opinions on the matter. Look, we'll just
I'll save it for the day.
Save it for the day that comes. The problem is Pundit. Like, you know what? Yeah, no, I'm going to join you. I'm going to save it for the day. He's a difficult guy. That's all I got to say. Anyway, look, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope it's something that you guys are interested in, because I want to do more of this type of stuff and all that jazz. Check out the links. We're almost finished. Jan 30 for 30% off our website. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All those moments will be lost in time.